welcome back to the road to episode 7, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars episode 7, The Force Awakens on December 16th, 17th and 18th, 2015, depending on where you are in the world. Yes, it's more Star Wars, it is more Star Wars, yes, it's all Star Wars, Star Wars! Yeah, it's, you know, calm down a bit, but yeah, it's just 3 weeks until the film's coming out. In 3 weeks, I will have awoken from a stupor after being out until probably 4 in the morning watching the film at midnight, and actually no, I'll probably won't be able to get to sleep until like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll be so amped from the midnight screening. So right now, in 3 weeks time, I'll probably be crawling out of bed and going, did that even happen last night? Did I actually see that film last night? Let's go see it again. So yeah, really excited. The countdown is just becoming more and more real. A friend of mine, Claire, you know, said to me a couple of days ago, like, oh, it's 30 days away. And she's like, I remember when I said it was 200 days away. And I was like, I remember when you said it was 300 days away, and it didn't feel like that long ago. So yeah, the wait has been long, but it's coming to a close. We're going to see the film very soon. And two of the biggest things to talk about in this one is the fact that the film has been rated officially and the runtime has been announced. The running time for The Force Awakens Star Wars Episode 7 is 135 minutes, so 2 hours and 15 minutes long. So the 136-minute rumour a couple of weeks ago was kind of correct. So take away credits, you're looking at about a 2 hour, 10-minute film, maybe 2 hours, 8 minutes, that kind of thing. I like that a lot. I think much more than that would be too much. And I said in another video that, you know, why complain, or why even be bothered? Because there's people who are saying that, like, oh, 2 hours and 15 minutes is too long. You know, they need to cut some stuff out. And I'm like, have you seen the film? You think they need to cut some stuff out? Like, how do you know? You know, but at the same time, I do feel myself thinking that I would like the whole series to have kind of a nice, smooth, kind of even running time throughout all 9 films. You know, like all the Star Wars films have been roughly 2 hours or just over 2 hours, so I would like to keep it within that range. It just wouldn't seem right to me to have like 2 hours, 2 hours and 20, 2 hours. Well, yeah, I think Attack of the Clones was like 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I don't know. Yeah, I just think 2.5 hours, it just might be pushing it. You can make a perfect Star Wars film in 2 hours. Just look at Empire Strikes Back. So you don't need to go further than that, I don't think. At the same time, if they did a 90-minute Star Wars film, I'd feel like I was getting shortchanged. So it's a tricky balancing act to please this one fan right here who has a weird thing about running times. And also, the film has been rated PG-13 in America, which is, I guess, roughly the equivalent of 12A in the UK. So it's now all official. We are getting the second darkest Star Wars film so far, because there's no way it's going to be as dark as Revenge of the Sith, which I believe is the only film that has been rated a 12A or a PG-13 in the Star Wars series. And yeah, we're not going to see a man like pretty much murder the woman that he loves and then get chopped in half and burned to a crisp on a mound of volcanic ash. That's probably not going to happen in The Force Awakens, but you know, I kind of think maybe that's just down to the times. You know, maybe like that shot from the international trailer where Kylo Ren holds his lightsaber over Rey's neck. Maybe even that, the censor boards are like, whoa, that's too violent, that's too suggestive, and so, you know, it's a different time as well. You know, 10 years ago, things were different. So maybe it won't be as dark as we think it is. I mean, it's not going to be like super dark, but I mean, it's, you know, there's obviously some things in there that they decided to give it the PG-13, and I'm sure it's getting a 12A in the UK as well. So, official rating, official running time in the bag, and also, let's talk about this as well. I'm going to talk about the Jimmy Kimmel stuff in a future video. I'm going to talk about the Entertainment Weekly and Empire coverage, including Mark Hamill talking about Luke Skywalker as well. That'll be in future videos, and then there's other stuff to talk about. There's just too much to talk about. Too much Star Wars to talk about. I can't keep up, honestly. But I'm trying my best. With everything else I'm doing, I'm trying my best. What was I talking about? I'm exhausted. I'm so exhausted. Oh god, I could cry, honestly. I'm so tired. I've been writing my book all month. I've been making these Road to Episode 7 videos. I've been editing, reviewing an Empire. I've been editing videos for my freelancing job. And yeah. Where was I? I was saying, right, here we go. So the rating is in the bag. The running time is in the bag. And as of, I believe, Monday or Sunday, the film was finished. J.J. Abrams was on Jimmy Kimmel. He said that apart from a few color correction on a few shots, the film is done. It's done. So yeah, that's really cool. I mean, it's ready for us to see pretty much, and we will in a matter of weeks. So there we go. The film's done. It's been rated. It's been stamped in terms of the running time. It's locked, and all we have to do is wait. Hold on and wait for the Force to awaken. Yeah. Now, the rest of the video is going to be my review of Star Wars Battlefront. It was awesome. So thank you for watching. I almost really don't want to do this because I'm so exhausted. Right. Star Wars Battlefront. It was amazing. It's been a week since it came out. Last Thursday, yeah. So I played it the day it came out here in Europe, and I've played it every day since. I think I've logged about maybe 10-11 hours of gameplay on there. Not as much as some people. It's just fantastic. I mean, there's that whole Call of Duty generation who have those games, those first-person shooters, the war games, and they're so accustomed to them, and they put their lives into them, and it's kind of everything to them, and that's their game, you know. And when a brand like Star Wars comes in and tries to do it, I think maybe people get pissed off, because there's been so many people raving about this game, like, oh, Battlefront, what a poor game. Oh, I mean, oh, just a Battlefield clone with Star Wars skin slapped over it. Oh, it's a gratuitous use of an IP that has been like sloppily thrown out to the masses, you know, to just rake in money. That's all it's about, is making money. You think Call of Duty isn't about making money as well? I mean, oh, it's a $50 season pass. Yeah. What about every other game? What about, you know? What about Batman? You know, was anyone moaning about the Batman season pass? No. I mean, oh, but Batman was a full game. This one is half a game. It's not finished. Is there anything else? No. It's not complete. Oh. I mean, you got to move with the times. You know, I mean, this is an online multiplayer game, and it has a lot of replay value. I mean, there's like what, 9 modes, and I don't even know how many maps, but there's like probably 20 to 30 different ways you can play this game, and it is different every time. Then you got missions, you can do those as well. You can do survival missions with friends. You can play together in the same room. How cool is that? You know, I mean, recently, well, about a year ago, I wanted to play a racing game with Connie. We have like loads of racing games. We have, what we got down there? We've got Burnout Paradise. We got, I'm sure there was more. Burnout Paradise, Need for Speed Underground, Gran Turismo 5, and none of them support 2-player. None of them. You can play online with people, but you can't play together in the same room. You can with Battlefront, and that is awesome. Yeah, there's no single-player campaign. It would be great if they did have that, but they focused on the multiplayer aspect, and that to me is what is exciting about it. It's what's different about it for me. I don't play Call of Duty. I don't do first-person shooting games, and this has the option to play the game in third person, which is what I do. So it kind of covers bases for everyone. You know, you want to just fly around in ships and blow up other ships, you can just do that in fighter squadron mode. You want to just walk around and shoot stormtroopers or shoot rebels, whatever, you know, just on foot, and that's it, throwing grenades and jetpacks and stuff. They got you covered. Drop zone, blast, cargo, strategy missions, or just killing each other missions. You know, there's varying different modes to suit your, you know, the needs of what you enjoy playing in a battle game. You want to play on the battlefield on foot. You want to have the option to go into AT-STs, AT-ATs. You want to go up into the sky with X-wings and TIE fighters and A-wings and snow speeders. Everything is in this game, you know. And I just, it pleases me so much as a Star Wars fan. You know, DICE, they went in, they scanned in all the original models, they scanned in all the original props, they went to Norway, they went to California, they went to those locations, and they recreated it to such an almost a photorealistic degree. You know, this game to me is one of the games that really just feels like a next generation game, even though we're now in the current generation. You know, the PS4 and Xbox One are no longer next gen, they're current gen, but it feels like the future. The game's just amazing to look at. The sound design is off the charts, off the charts. You know, if the thermal imploder goes off, it just like, first of all you're thinking, shit, I need to run and get out of the way. But second of all, you're thinking, that was awesome. You know, the blaster sounds, everything, the way that the ATSTs walk, just the sound of it, it just feels like it in the movie, particularly the Battle of Hoth. That is just, I could play that over and over again, and sometimes I do. You could play as the heroes, the villains. You could play as Luke Skywalker, as Han Solo, Princess Leia, the Emperor, Darth Vader, Boba Fett, and there's more to come in the season pass, which costs, yes, $50, but who cares? I mean, games, they've never really changed price. For as long as I've been around to buy games for myself, they've always been in the £40 to £50 range. A lot of things, they go up in price. Same with movies, I guess. Games, you know, they're getting more expensive to make. They're getting more technologically advanced. And even if they are just raking in money, they still need to make more money to make even better games in the future. And obviously to make money because it's the entertainment business. You see people making videos like Jeremy Johns, who's like, I love Star Wars, but I refuse to buy Battlefront because it's an incomplete game. You know, I like his videos, but I just thought he was such a whining bitch in that one. I mean, come on, get over it. I mean, this isn't an incomplete game. I mean, I'll admit, I bought into the hype and thought, you know, just before it came out, wow, maybe this is half a game. But it isn't. I've played it, it just isn't. There's so much to do. I've barely scratched the surface, I feel. I mean, you can find all the different weapons you want. You can, like, experiment with what kind of loadouts that work for you, and you can use, like, the sniper, or you can use grenades. You can have blasters for short round, not short, for short range or long range combat, and you can kind of, like, I've started to kind of tailor, pick my weapons and my my extra stuff based on the maps. Because I think, okay, that map, there's not going to be a lot of like wide open spaces, so I don't need the sniper rifle or whatever, so I'll get like a shorter range gun, which is more effective. You can really work strategically with this game, or you can just run in, you can just have fun and get killed and kill other people, and just, I mean, it's just a blast. It really is. And next Tuesday we got the Battle of Jakku DLC, which is coming out, and it's free. And not only is it free, there's going to be 10 different ways you can play it. There's going to be 2 maps, and there's going to be 10 modes basically, including a new mode called Turning Point. So you're getting so much value already from the free DLC. I feel like the season pass is going to be worth it. I'm not going to get it myself because I don't want to pay for something I'm not going to get for ages. So you know, by the time that the DLC come out, I might not be playing this regularly, so I'll just wait until I get the kick again, and then I can pick up what I want, and I can pick and choose, see what they're doing with the new DLC, and it just is what it is. I mean, I don't understand why all of a sudden, in the age of DLC, every big game has DLC now. You know, everywhere I look, it's season pass this, season pass that, and people are moaning about this one. I don't get it. I don't get why they're jumping down the throat of Battlefront. The only thing I think of is all the Call of Duty people or Battlefield people who are like, oh, it's not as good as you know, it's not like Call of Duty. It's, you know, it's silly Star Wars stuff. I mean, I just kind of, I don't understand it. I really don't. And there's been a few problems with connection problems, like the lagging and stuff, which it really does bug me, but it doesn't bug me enough to really be that annoyed about it, I suppose. The only game I can think of that doesn't really have a big DLC thing in terms of paying for it is Grand Theft Auto 5, which has consistent DLC. Like, well, it's not even DLC, they just put it in the game. You don't even need to download anything. They just update the game, and you open up the game, and it's like, here's loads of new stuff, just take it. You know, here's the video editor mode from the PC version, here's this, here's that. I mean, Rockstar, they know what they're doing. And they can afford to do that, because it is building up such a level of goodwill from the players of their game that when GTA 6 rolls around, everyone's going to want to buy it. You know, they're going to be like, okay, they treat us right, they give us all this free extra stuff, and have consistently done so years after the game was released. So, you know, of course I'm going to pick up GTA 6, of course I'm going to pick up the next game they release. So companies like that can afford to do it. I'm not saying the company who made Battlefront can't afford to do it either, or can afford to do it, whatever. But you know, I just don't see the problem with the DLC. I just don't. You know, if you want more levels, you can buy them. That's all there is to it. I mean, it's not an incomplete game. If this was all Battlefront was and there was no DLC, I'd be over the moon with it. I'd still be happy with it. Just is what it is. It's a fantastic game. I highly recommend it, and it's been a blast to play it so far. That is all for now. I'll see you in the next video. We'll be talking about a lot more stuff in relation to the film. I'll see you then. that's kind of an awkward ending. I just I got into a bit of a about Battlefront then. It's just, it annoys me that people are ragging on it so much. I don't feel like it's warranted. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you with the next one with more The Force Awakens news as we push on onto the final stretch of the road to Episode 7. See you then.
I don't know, 5 seconds.